Okay, live. I wanted to do a demonstration outside today, but I was going to do it on a driveway projection screen setup, but that's not going to happen because we got some rain coming in, and I don't want my screen and equipment get. Well, actually, I don't care about the screen. The screen's weatherproof, but I don't want my equipment getting messed up. So, this demonstration we're going to do. Why is the CHRISTIE LWU420 pretty much useless without the screen paint? Let me get these guys into the next room. So I'm going to put this over here for a minute. So when I posted the link, I had a few people that came onto the site and they were like, well, forget that projector, and looking at how beautiful the picture looks, I don't really have to go out and buy the screen paint because I'm pretty sure my screen, and most people have white screens in their homes, is going to be sufficient enough. So, I wanted to do a half and half, paint half of the screen white and paint the other half with the platinum black right there, or not platinum black, sorry about that, the platinum eclipse. I told you that screen paint's so dark it looks like it's black. So anyway, people feel that if I get this projector or any high-powered projector, it's going to work out just fine on my screen. The picture, image, all that's going to look fantastic. And I'm here to tell you, without our technology, your projector is going to look like trash. And I'm dead serious when I tell you that. All right. Also, too, we added a new projector. Actually, it's quite surprising. It's a Chinese projector, ultra short throw. So there's a fellow I posted I posted the links to our Facebook page. You can go there and check out his pictures. We had a conversation on Facebook, and he was telling me that he had one of these projectors and that the Supreme 8 worked on it perfectly. Keep in mind, Supreme 8 is discontinued because we can't get the elements to make it. The 12 is the upgrade model of it. So it's more advanced than the 8. So anyway, so I said, send me the pictures. I got to see this for myself. Sure enough, he sent the pictures, and lo and behold, boom, it worked. So now we have that projector listed on our page. Now keep in mind, there's 2 of these projectors that they make by this company. The only one that was tested out was the particular one that was in that description. I'll put that link so you can check out those pictures for yourself. But yeah, we added in there, put his name up there. He's on our Facebook page right now. A lot of people are asking questions about the projector and so forth. So we actually have officially one of the Chinese projectors that actually work on the screen paint. We do know the Viva, whatever color projector, and the WeMax do not work because we have pictures of that, but this particular projector, we didn't have any pictures, so we just marked it in there as a projector that wouldn't work, and it actually did work. So hats off to that customer. Thank you so much. Same with the other fellow who had the Philips projector at 700 lumens. We never tested a Philips, but he did it, and he got his projector put up there on the support page because he did it at 700 lumens. Good gracious. And it came out beautiful. One thing I want to add real quick before we start this demonstration. I love it when, you ever heard the term, whatever's in the dark comes out in the light? This is written in the Bible. So basically, if you do dirty stuff, eventually you will come out. So individuals who sought out to destroy the Supreme 8 by saying that it was a product that was too dark to see. And thank you for this customer for coming out and showing those pictures. And not only did he show those pictures, but he did it on a Chinese projector, which pretty much has me, but still, we're not, like I said, if you buy it, the policy is still there. We're not going to support all these projectors. We're not going to do it. If you buy it, it's against your own risk. And that's what he did. He bought that paint knowing that he would basically not be able to fight that claim because he basically used that projector and he won out of it because the image looks incredible. So you'll get a chance to check that out. So I don't want people coming and saying, oh, what about this projector? And what about that projector? We sure are not going to support it unless we see it for ourselves. And I'm not going out and buying and spending all this money for different projectors. It's not going to happen. All right, so let's get started on this demonstration right here. I want to do the driveway, but like I said, we got some rain moving in. As you can see, it's a little cloudy outside right now, and I'm not damaging my equipment. All right, so let's start. So keep in mind, I had a customer I was just talking to a few minutes ago. He was talking about his projector and how he was using a white sheet and how the image looked amazing to him. It's because you just keep missing the main key part of a projector is that contrast. That black level makes the screen. People just overlook that part so much. I don't know how. All right, so let's begin. I'll get you a little closer because we are way back. See, people will say, I'm getting a brighter image. No, you're getting a washed out image. That's what you're actually getting from your projector. So this projector, keep in mind, it's 4,200 lumens. It's a WXGA projector at 1920 by 1200. Without contrast, you don't have anything. So I was lucky to get this projector for, I think I paid $200 and something, $229. Christie's, a used one would cost you $1,000. If you wanted to go out and buy their ultra short though, which they do make, would cost you $3,500, and that's for a 1080p. That's not even 4K. You want to go near 4K one of those projectors? Well, you got 6-7 grand on, you can have one of those. These are very expensive projectors. And I heard about this projector, I say 5 or 6 years ago. I'm just now getting one. I actually had 2 of them last year, but they were the low-end models. They were the LX400, which are XGA 720p. This one right here is the WXGA model. Let me show you how bad your blues suffer on a white screen. That's how bad your blues suffer on a white screen. That hasn't happened. Hold on for a minute. We got a commercial in the middle. Wow. So we got a commercial right in the middle of the video. So that's how YouTube's doing now. We're shooting commercials right before you start your videos now. Before it was right in the middle of it. Now it's, oh, whatever. It's what they do. It's what they do. Who cares? Then they want you to pay extra for commercial-free ads. Look at this. There's your blues right there. That's what you're actually getting. Of course, it's contrast screen. You're definitely going to get higher blues. White screen doesn't have any contrast. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Contrast makes the screen. The reason why I use the powerhouse, I didn't use the 52, but the reason why I use the powerhouse projectors is because some people feel that if their picture quality is suffering, the first thing they do is they go up on their projector, up on their lumens. They go up on the projector's capability as in 4K or so forth for 1080p. They up their projector, and then they upgrade the contrast levels on the projector. They figure the higher the contrast, you're going to be able to see that. You're not going to see that. At 20,000 to 1, you're not going to see it. Now, I'll show you something. So we can all be on the same page here. Now that projector right here has a here and a power cord. Switch back and forth without problems. Let's see if I can get the top over that. All right, we're going to grab a high contrast projector. All right, just to show you. Now this projector I have here, it's my Panasonic. My Panasonic projector right there has a 16 1600 lumens, and I think it's 15,000 to 1 contrast. No, sorry. I'm getting mixed up. They're both so close together. It's 1500 lumens, and it's 16,000 to 1. So it's a 16,000 to 1 contrast. This one has a 3,000 to 1. So we're going to do is we're going to do some on this projector. We're going to do some demonstrations, Batman dark video demonstrations using that 16,000 to 1 contrast to see if the white screen will pull it up. Just in case if you go out and buy a projector that has that caliber, that's a 20,000 to 1. But if you buy a projector with that high 15 or 16,000 to 1 contrast, some people feel that if I hit my screen with that, I'm going to achieve a contrast level. Nope. Not even going to get it. Just paid for something that you're never going to be able to use. Never. So white levels are always going to be a tad lower when it comes to black screens or darker screens. I've already been over that 1,000 times. Because you've seen the white levels on the black screens and you've seen the white levels on our technology. It looks amazing. Yeah, that's the part that's going to give you a bit of a kicker there. We've done that when we did a demonstration with the lights out. You're still not getting contrast. Your screen's still coming up gray. Which I'll do that later on tonight when the lights go out and it's nice and dark outside. We'll do a pitch black demonstration. We'll do it on a star field, and we'll use that 16,000 to 1 contrast projector. That's why I pulled it out, because that's going to be later on for tonight. So I'm going to show you at 16,000 to 1 contrast, all the lights out, how you're not going to be able to pick up contrast. See, the problem is people think they're getting a brighter image. And you're not getting a brighter image, you're getting a washed out image. That's why I tell people, if you go out and spend the money for a high-end projector, even with the one I was showing, I actually put the link in for you to go buy the projector from the merchant. Some people felt that I don't need screen paint, and it's not going to make a difference at all. That kind of projector and that kind of power, I'll be able to hit a white wall with it and it'll look incredible. Okay. Say so. Freaking commercials. I hate the ads. I'm not going to show them. I'm not going to show any ads on election and none of that. I have no idea what that is, my friend. You have to explain what that is. That's a projector. No, I'm not trying it. I'm not trying it. I told you I'm not going to go out and buy these projectors. I'm not going to do it. If you want to take the chance and you want to go out and you want to, like that fellow did, take that chance. It's up to you, but we already tested the projectors that work on the product. Now, if you want to take that chance and go out and test it and you find something that works with it, then we'll post it. We'll put your pictures up on our Facebook fan page and we'll give you credit for your work. But I'm not going to go out and drop money on every freaking, every form of a knockoff projector. You know what money that adds up to? It's just unnecessary. It's if you take that chance, you take that chance. It's up to you. You know what I mean? Some people take that chance, they win. Some people take that chance and they lose. That's how we know the Velvet projectors and the WeMax don't work, because we explain to people all that information's on our website. That list of projectors we support is right there. Now, so whether or not if you want to take that chance, you go ahead and take that chance. It's like buying a fancy car and they tell you that you can only put a certain kind of gas in that car. You can't put cheap gas in an expensive car, because what's going to happen is I have no idea what you're getting at by liquid crystal on silicone. I don't know what you're talking about. You're trying to figure out how it's made. You're so far off, it's not even funny. And if you're trying to use that topic to come in here, I'll block you. Don't get blocked. All right, we're coming here. We're talking about the different forms between the product. If you're trying to figure out how it works, take that crow nonsense someplace else. I don't have time for it here. As a matter of fact, I don't tolerate that. I don't understand. It's a projector technology. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, my friend, you cleared that up pretty quick because you came close to it. It's a, oh man, I gotta fix this. My fault, sorry buddy, I'm putting you back in. I got you, you're back in, my bad. Oh yeah, okay, it went through. You're good. You'll pop in about a few. I don't know about that. I've seen a technology for a screen that they were using steam. Man, that gets really, really messy. It does. Sorry about that, dude. You should be popping back in, hopefully. You should be popping back in, hopefully, but I do apologize for that one. Anyway, I never heard of that before. He'll be popping back in, but I've never heard of that before. Liquid crystals or whatever. Right there we go, right there. This projector has a 3,000 to 1 contrast. That's it. All right. You want to hear something interesting? Most of the people who come into my channel to watch are mainly trolls. Not trolls, but you know what I'm talking about. They're from Crow. That's where they're from, because they're always interested on trying to find out what I'm working on. They're always trying to figure out what I'm working on. So they're always in here watching. Now, these live demonstrations, like I said, it doesn't make a difference if no one watches or not, because these demonstrations are used as testimony as a technology being done live. They're posted onto the website as live demonstrations. So the customers that hit my website can come in and watch these videos to watch the demonstrations in real time. This is where we get our company contracts from. They're not concerned about views and likes. They're concerned about how the performance is going to work when it's live. Let's call it a commercial. Oops. Let me see if we got anything left on here. That one went pretty quick. Let's see, let's do this one right here. Then we get those pop-up campaign commercials. There we go, this will work. Where's my tea at? If we get rain today, it's going to be a bummer. Oh, by the way, next couple of weeks you'll be seeing videos marked private. That technology, we're designing a special technology for a company which we are now in the process of officially having a contract with. They will be responsible for designing our projection screens. So, as I told you before, we were planning to bring out a motorized projection screen, a fixed frame screen. All that was cut short because of COVID. We could not get that done. But there's a company that stepped in that will be making that technology and using our technology to apply it to their surfaces. They are a projection screen manufacturing company. So if you see videos saying marked private, that's because those videos are only meant to be seen by a certain individual of people, which are the ones we have a contract under. All right. I know it's white paint. Let's do something interesting. Okay, let's go with that one. I'm just looking for something here. I'm gonna go with this one. This one has what? This is the 8 one. This is the big one. Okay, the big one. Yeah, we can use that one too. That'll be fun. DMP Supernova, I haven't used that one in a while. So, we'll use that one there. We use, let me see, dark 9, gray 5. All right. Because, you know, some people may say, well, it's white paint. There's no challenge. Sample sheets. I love this part. Got gray cinema 5D by screens. DMP Supernova. Where's Supernova still making screens? Daylight screen, the Paxson, I think Paxson, if I'm saying it right. This is that dark screen they developed. Very good dark screen. 0.8 gain right there. Of course, the Dark Star 9. Gray Cinema 5D. Let me turn you to the side for a minute. I'm gonna go pop some clothes on. I always keep some extra clothes in the arm of my chair. Again for this one. So let's see what we get using higher performance screens. The white screen, the white paint is a bit too easy. So I have to go change over to the high performance surfaces because that's the only way I want to really get a challenge out of this. So I'm going to do a white screen demonstration too. Just all white screens. White paper, white cardboard, white everything. Just white screens, just to show you, see how much there's a difference. Then we're going to buy a screen for a sample sheet from Elite. That'll be on their high grade white screens. See if there's a difference. All right, so there we go, right there. Let's try the darker screens first. And let's do this, let's do this on the Starflow demonstration first. So that's the hardest one to do. We'll go with the star field first. That's the more harder demonstration to achieve. So this is supposed to be a very dark screen. We want to test another dark screen against another dark screen. That's why I said, when I watch these demonstrations on these high performance screens, they're always using a white screen, which I just did just now. Guilty as charged. I talk about it in my video. I say, hey look, a lot of these big companies will test their screens against another white screen. You should be testing your screen against another gray screen. That's what you should be doing. Which we did those demonstrations already before. I like to do them again. I do apologize to the other fellow. I hit him for no reason at all, and I do apologize. I'll make it up to him if he contacts me. So first, we stick it on to the all-white screen. Let's see what we get for contrast. That is a $5,000 projection screen right there by Daylight Screens. Let's see how much contrast we get on this on the white screen. So if you get this, oops, sorry about that, my bad. Sitting right in front of the projector like an idiot. So you get this, usually you have a white screen. Most people take that sample, they put it against their screen, they want to see how much of a contrast level they're getting. So keep in mind we're using a very powerful projector. Let's turn the lights out. It's not going to be dark in here, but at least you can get an idea of how much more better the screen is going to be to produce. And as you can see, it's not much at all. Let's go move the camera up a little bit more. There we go. We can get you closer in. Now you got a better look at it. So you look at the contrast. It looks much better. I forget what they call it. Something like PAX. And I'm just called PAT for short. Okay, I'm sorry, Daylight. I'm not trying to disrespect your screen in any way. We'll call it PAT for short. All right? Because I'm sorry, too dumb enough. I can't pronounce your screen, so I do apologize. All right. So as you can see, it's pulling good contrast with the lights off. But if you can turn it on, then that's what you achieve. That's what you get. So then we'll go take the screen, because my screen is I consider my screen one of the darkest gray screens. We'll block my projector. This is why I don't like screens that have a form of a reflective surface. Because see, look at the reflective surface. You look at it, it looks dark, right? It looks really, really dark. Problem with reflective surface is any light hits it from the wrong angle, if the projector's not positioned right, your image might not come up right. So as you're looking at it, it's a very, hold on for a minute, I do apologize. If you look at it, it's a very dark screen, right? This is what it means against our technology, which is so dark it looks black. Uh-oh, I think it's having a tantrum. Oh, you gotta stay, buddy. You can leave it there for a minute. And you're free to go. Just need it there for just a minute. That's all, you're free to go. All right. So, there we go. Now let's take our lights out. And the demonstration for this screen, one of the things I noticed that when they did the demonstration, they had the screen set up next to a white screen, and they were showing these lights that they'd overtop the screen, and the lights just, when they showed different contrast levels, the contrast levels held up better on this screen than it did on the white screen. But then when I looked at the screen, it looked really dark. So I'm thinking, okay, this is a very dark screen. This is interesting. This is something I can basically have a challenge against. And I got it here, and I noticed it had a reflective coating that basically it comes up dark when you have it up close, but as you put it and you connect it to, you put it against the white screen, it does, it comes up darker. But when you put it against a screen that is truly a dark gray screen that is designed to produce heavy contrast levels, then that screen comes up gray. And same thing happens to black technology. Any screen that's not true black will come up gray on a black screen. All right, so let's see something here. Let's go back and let's take this off. We no longer need this anymore. We are going to go up with that my star field. Yep. There we go. Actually ran that star field so much it finally ran out of time. All right. The Cinema Gray is a nice screen. It's a very dark screen, like I said, but it's going to be no match for our technology. I can show you that right from the door. This has a, I want to read the specifications on it. It has a 0. Let me have blah 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 blah. It has a gain of 1.5. Now, like I said, the average person, they'll stick it against a white wall or a white screen to see how much contrast they're going to pull from that screen. Now, anybody else is going to see that. Going to see a big difference as well. It's amazing. I'm really getting good contrast. Take the lights out. A little darker in here. And we'll take it. We'll put it against our screen. That is dark gray. There you go. Okay. Now keep in mind, these screens produce very, very high white levels, which are good, but even the black technology can blend into one of these screens very easily. So let's demonstrate this also. So it would be unfair to do those. So let's get something really, really dark that we can relate to. So we've already seen the screen right here, how it reacts right here. That is the patch, or we call it the pat. We have Dark Star 9. It's a very dark gray screen. This is the DMP Supernova right there. DMP Supernova. And then we have the Dark Star 9. Look how dark the Dark Star 9 is. Let's put these up right now. Where are my scissors, man? Did I bury them somewhere? Where are they? I found them. So, the Dark Star 9. There. And we'll take DMP Supernova, put it right there. These are the darkest of the dark screens that I have in my collection, the darkest screens. Now, this is a dark screen. You're looking at them next to our technology, and you're thinking they're the same. Except for my screen paint here would cost you $160 for a quart, when the blade of the DMP Supernova would cost you $5 grand. Dark Star 9 would cost you $3 grand for a 100-inch. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch them over here. Good. Material sticks really, really good. There we go. and our screen still produces a darker screen. Take our lights out. And there you go. Let's take, turn this on for a minute. Now, those of you might not believe it, but because of what my technology can do, if this company right here decided to buy my technology, do you have any idea how much a quart of that technology would cost? With this screen costing $5,000, they would charge you anywhere from $700 to $800 a quart easily. Now, you may say that you don't want to buy it, but keep in mind there is a percentage out there that can spend $150,000, $200,000 easy for home theater setup. And I've seen them on ABS forums. I've seen them on forum sites. Look at some of those setups. Can easily do it. That's what you would call, ladies and gentlemen, selling out. Just like when I showed you the letter from Screen Innovation, same thing. So we're going to put this right here. As you can see in the demonstration, I'm not slandering your technology in any way whatsoever. Simple side by side. That's all that was done against Screen Innovation. But to each his own. Grab this real quick. We're going to be doing that one later on. That's a 16,000 to 1 contrast. Now, I want you to look very carefully. Very carefully. Here, DMP Supernova at $5,000, 100 inch. Do you know how much a DMP Supernova cost if you wanted it in 180 inches? $18,000. The bottom, Elites Supernova, not Supernova, they're Dark Star 9. $3,000 for 100 inch. Not 120 inch, 100 inch. That's it. Over here is our dark gray technology, the Platinum Eclipse, at $160 a quart. Now, if any one of those companies were to contact me and say, hey, Ken, is it possible, and we'll give you an NDA to whole 9 yards, if you can basically sell this technology to us to coat on our screens. They could go out and buy all white cheap screens. They wouldn't have to spend the money for this high performance material that they're using right now. They can coat it with our technology, meaning that they would save a bundle because it would cost them next to nothing to design the screen. That surface is more expensive to design than that coating. They would make a 90% profit income, and they would charge anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000, maybe even more. Because I figured out how on a technology that could blend into their screen for way less. And produce better contrast. Blend into their screen with no problem. There you go. All that time. One of these days, like I said, if I do decide, somebody, well, I won't need the money anyway. I got a major settlement coming up, so I don't need the money to begin with. So the reason why I haven't sold out already is because I'm trying to keep the playing field fair. I don't think it's right that you have to spend $3,000 to $4,000 for a projection screen. You can't even take it outside. Worst things worse, it may not be ultra short throw compatible. So, you know, you might have to buy an extra screen for that one, a certain screen for that. Yep. That part. That's why when you see my company and I show you those videos, my company goes back to 2012. That means I've been basically working with this stuff for years. I have learned how to pretty much mimic any projection screen out there. Any one of these screens, I can mimic their technology. Do a screen paint now. I figured out how to do it. Well, God figured out how to do it. He gave me the knowledge to be able to do it. But I can mimic their screens. And I can do it for way less. Heck, when I was out there selling my screen paint for $400 and $500, some people say, oh, he's charging too much. Yeah, well, guess what? The people who basically paid the money for that technology realized that my technology beat a $5,000 projection screen. So here it is. I can get a screen and I can paint it up to 120 inches, or I can get 100 inch and spend the money for $5,000. And it may not work on my ultra short throw, and you sure enough ain't taking that screen outside. But yet, no one backs up our demonstrations. We do demonstrations like this all the time. Name one of those big companies that go out and use a 720p projector at 24 feet back, surrounded in floodlights, and can still produce an image. Is there any videos I'm doing that at all? Any 720p demonstrations? Any demonstrations outside in extreme light? Anything? None. But yet, people go out and spend $5,000 for their screens. And these screens are certified. Same thing goes with screen paints out there on the market I see. I do my research. This is why I have all these sample sheets. There's no point in testing your screens against other paint. There's no point. You have to test against something that's going to be more of a challenge. These are more of a challenge. Because that tells my customer, look, I can go buy me a crappy projector, get a beautiful image, and I don't have to spend $5,000 for a screen. Here we go. Like I said, the technology is good that they have. It is. Nothing bad about their technology. It's a bit expensive. There's nothing bad about it. Now, they may argue that I have too much ambient light in the environment. Maybe my environment should be ambient light controlled, but keep in mind, every time you turn on your projector, do you have time to go around equalizing your lights to figure out which ones are going to disrupt the screen? Come on now. Why don't you just turn your lights on, your screen work? You don't do that with your TV? Let me know when you turn your TV on, do you use it in an ambient light controlled environment? You don't. You just turn it on and watch TV. Let's get a little closer to that screen so we can see that, that daylight screen. Take their screen and lay it against our screen. We can all see it up there. Well, I have to get more tape. There we go. And yeah, we gotta get more tape. Let's get a little more tape on that. Now, one of the things is I show a demonstration with one of the demonstrations I like to show. I show the white levels first, And I like to show that because when I show up the white levels, the first thing people will go is, oh, the white levels are much brighter. Yeah, but see, the white level, a screen that produces too high of a white level is a bad thing because it can't produce contrast. That's the part that really becomes the problem. I'll tell you one thing. If anyone asks me what screen do I like the most, I like Seymour 80's 1.3. I love that screen. It doesn't pull contrast, man, but it's a very, very good screen. I do like it. Dark Star 9 is good too. Dark Star 9 is good. I like the Dark Star 9. Try this again. Just take this time. There we go. Put our lights on. There we go. That screen has a 0.8 gain. It has. But it has no contrast. There you go. This is why they use ambient light controlled environments when they use such screens like this, because it gives the screen a better fighting chance if it's in a what somewhat appear to be a well-lit environment. Ambient light control, which means they have lights without the area that are designed to make it look like it's hitting the screen, but it's really not. You have a few lights peppered out the area. Everything is staged in that environment to make the screen look good. That's why when I watch these demonstrations, I watch where the light's passing at, how much of the light is passing across the screen. That's why when I did these demonstrations at the last house, I had the condensed lighting hitting the screen. That's why I turned the projector off to show you how much physical light had contact with the screen. When you have little lights peppered out through the environment, that means you are controlling where the light goes. That's an ambient light controlled environment. In this environment, there's no such thing as ambient light. Once these lights come on, this whole entire area lights up. Now you can still see the screen is still suffering because any area that shows up black, it can't produce it. But if they were to do this demonstration against a white screen, well, it'll come out looking incredible. We'll put that on the white screen right there. Take our lights out. Back to the beginning. Now look at it. Contrast looks really good, doesn't it? Difference is, my customer paid $160 for my screen paint. That Caulk paint up to 126 inch, when the other person paid about $5 grand, $4 to $5 grand. Who knows? One day I'm going to retire. And when I retire, all this technology comes with me. I'll probably just buy up the other companies who have contracts underneath us. It's just a thought, but I'll probably just buy them out, give them a nice severance pay, and I'll basically retire and disappear. Because when I go, all this goes with me. But right now, I enjoy what I do. Can't imagine doing anything else when I get up in the morning. I can't, I really don't. I don't know what to do. I'll tell you one thing. I was planning to retire, but when COVID hit, you know, first month, wasn't really doing anything because, you know, I didn't know if we were going to get orders in. I didn't know what was going to happen. So I had about a month to think about retirement. I had got this huge case coming in. I can retire and not be bothered with it. But every morning I got up, man, and not being able to work on my screens, not being able to do this, not be demonstration was driving me crazy. Like, I just felt like I was just wasting away. So that's why I got a taste of, if I did retire, I mean, yeah, I would probably go out and do other things, this, that, and the other, but my mind's always on projectors 24/7. I'm always thinking about movie screens. So, you know, pretty much I can just pretty much take what I'm going to get from my settlement and invest it in something crazy, like something I've always wanted to design. And there is a screen that I want to build. It's a gaming screen I want to design. And I want to market it so everybody can afford it. Because I really won't need the profits, because what I'm be blessed to get out of my settlement, I'm just going to make it so everybody can afford it. But it's interesting to watch, isn't it? All right. Like I said, it's not to say that the technology is bad in any way. It's just that, like I said, it's a dark screen, as you can see. You know, I would never ever call any of these companies to be scammers, because they're not. The technology does work. That's something you just don't do. It's a good product. It's just that my product, I'm not going to say it's better. I'll let you decide on that. It's just that you can see what I'm showing you in the demonstration. Darkstar 9, this is actually one of the darkest screens, literally. It is literally one of the darkest screens I've seen. It's even darker than the DMP Supernova. It's way darker than the DMP Supernova. Darkstar 9 does hold that titlement there on that screen, because their screen is darker than that DMP Supernova, easily. Take the lights out. Remember I told you about that platinum eclipse? It's kind of a strange technology, because the screens are black when you stare at them head on, but they're not actually black, they're gray. I'll show you something in a few minutes. Okay? Let's go grab that. Put your phone over here. Any area that shows up black is going to show up gray on that screen. Because our dark gray screen, mind you, the platinum eclipse is not black. It's a dark gray screen. All right, let's pop the lights on. And with the lights on, our screen maintains a strong black level. All right, so let's check out this. It looks black, doesn't it? It's gray. And the Dark Star 9 is darker than our screen. So figure that one out. How do you make a screen paint that produces an image so dark that it can beat a screen that's in contrast that's darker than it? It produces a bright level high enough to blend into the screen, but it produces a contrast level that's so dark that it actually outperforms this dark screen right here. But yet, if you look at the screen, this screen is darker than my screen. See, that's when I tried to explain to Mr. You-Know-Who that it isn't just mixing chemicals together here and there, it's a science behind it. That's the part that baffles people when they try to figure out exactly how it's done. You have to mimic that technology. You have to do the exact same thing I just did. You have to show a screen paint that can produce a contrast level that's so dark it can outperform a very dark screen such as the Dark Star 9 and make this screen look like it's tan on that screen because the contrast level is so high. But yet this screen is darker than that screen. Ah, bit of mind-boggling, isn't it? This is why I put my faith in God. Because only God can give you knowledge like that. And the projector is blocked. As you can see, it's blocked. Kind of like to save that kind of stuff for the last minute so you can see it for yourself. So that's the interesting about technology. Say it has chameleon technology, maybe. Maybe it has the ability to be able to change its colors at will. Like when the screen produces, the projector produces a black level, the screen can produce a black level. Maybe that could be it. But I'll let him scratch his head on that one because that's going to be a bit of a doozy. All right, I got to go. Thank you all for your time. Hope you enjoyed the demonstration. I don't think I'm going to come on tonight. I'm going to do some gaming tonight. Probably tomorrow I'll be on to do that demonstration later on at night. And if we don't get any rain, I want to do that driveway projection screen because I love doing that. You have no idea. I get my neighbors come out all the time. They pull their chairs out and they watch this screen. Maybe I just might put a movie in and just leave it playing. But I think what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to get their permission first. I'm going to put a camera out there so I can record their reaction of looking at the screen. But I'm going to get their permission. I'm going to get a consent form. Of course, I got to mail it to them. They got to mail it back to me because I can't walk over there. So I'll get a consent form and see if it's okay for me to record the reaction on the screen. Because most of them, when they come out here, they're staring at it. They go, one guy came by and he was like, he thought the screen was supposed to be white. Because, you know, outdoor projection screens are white. And I'm like, nah, this is new technology. These are black. These are black and dark gray screens. And he was really curious about it. All right. Man, I'm hoping we don't get cloudy, man. I want to take the Christie outside and have some fun with it. Oh, real quick, I ordered the Christie 720p projector, so that will be in soon. We're going to do side by side with the 720p and 1080p projector on the styrofoam screen. And then I ordered a 900 lumen ViewSonic projector, so that'll be coming in too. We'll do some more demonstrations on that. Now, we've already done all the tests we need to do on the screen. This is just to have fun. Also, too, thank you to that customer who sent me the share pictures on the Chinese ultra short wave projector he displayed. We just added it to the website, so it's on if you go to check it out. Thank you so much for that information. If you're curious to see those pictures, I'll put a link to our Facebook fan page where you can go and check out the pictures for yourself. All right, with that being said, I'm going to sit back, get a hot cup of tea, play some Dungeon Defenders, and that's basically about it. That's my day. All right, y'all have a good one. Be safe. Stay blessed. And Have a good one wherever you're at in the world.